Hello my dear friends, good morning to all of you. In this video lecture session, we are going to start your new unit number 1 regarding the OB subject, right? So first of all, sometimes some engineer student, as an engineer, you have to question, right, that why we should learn this type of subject, organizational behavior, right? So first of all, let me tell you that why you should learn about this organizational behavior, because whenever you have to doing the job, at that time you have to working in the company or organization, right? So at that time, how you behave to with your we can say the higher authorities, how you behave with your lower authorities, how you behave with your colleagues, right? For this behavior, you have to consider this type of subject as your part of your examination, part of your syllabus. So organizational behavior, first of all, yeah, there are the mainly two words here are considering. That first one, there are the organizational, and second one is a behavior, right? So first of all, what is the meaning of organization? Organization means there are the group of person are working for the same goal. So it's considered as the organization. Whenever two person are working, so it's then not called as the organization. Where there are the number of person are working for the same goal, so it's called as the organization. Take the example of the Reliance, Tata. So there are the one type of organizations, and there are in the organization mainly there are the three, we can say, authorities are considered: higher authorities, then after middle authorities, and lower authorities. So how they behave to the accordingly. So for this reason, you have to learn this type of organizational behavior. So the unit number 1, the name of unit number 1 is focus and purpose of the organizational behavior, right? So let's start it. First of all, there are the content of this unit 1. There are the definition of organizational behavior. Second one, need and importance of organizational behavior. Third one is nature and scope of behavior. Then framework of organizational behavior. Then OB models, right? So in this video lecture session, you have to learn about the definition, need and importance of organization behavior, nature and scope of organization behavior. Then after, in the next video lecture session, we are going to start framework and the OB model. Okay. So first one, what are the introduction of organizational behavior? So first of all, origin of organizational behavior can trace its roots back from the Max Weber and the earlier in the organizational studies. First one is started by the Max Weber. Then after, the individual revolution, we can say that industrial revolution is considering, then is a period for the approximately in 1760, when the new technologies is resulted in the adoption of the new manufacturing techniques. So including this increasing the mechanizations. Okay, before the industrial revolution, mostly work are done in the, we can say that, handmade, and all work are working on the basis of the people. But after the industrial revolution, there are the highly use of machineries, are, we can say, machineries use are highly, we can say, considering in the industrial field. The industrial revolution is led to the significance of the social and cultural changes. It's including a new forms of organization. So there are the require of the new forms of organization, because there are the changes is occur in the industrial sector. First of all, in the industrial sector, mostly work are done through the, we can say, labors, through the we can say that the labors and the, we can handmade working are considering, okay, manually work are considering. But after the industrial revolution, there are the social and cultural difference are variation, and so we have to require the new form of organization. So analyzing this new organizational form, there are the sociologist Max Weber is describing the bureaucracy as the ideal type of the organization, then rest of the rational legal principles, and the minimize this technical efficiency. So the Max Weber have defined that we have to require the new things, new innovation doing in this industrial sector. In 1819, with the arrival of the scientific management, the Taylorisms and the organizational behavior studies was forming in the academic disciplines. So here in the introduction you have to learn that from where this organizational behavior we have to find out, right? So in the 1819 there are the arrival of the scientific management. This scientific management is proposed, or we can say that considered by the Taylor, F.W. Taylor, and so it's called the Taylorism. So is Taylorism means there are the theory, they have to basic need of the organization behavior studies, they have to consider as academic disciplines. So the failure of scientific management is give the birth of the human relations movement, which is characterized by the heavy emphasis on the employee cooperations and morale. In the, we can say in the tradition, in the traditional time, they cannot have given the any value to the employee and labor. They have to only focus on the work. They cannot give any cooperation, not give the any welfare to the employees. But after that they have to realize that if we give the motivation, if we give the constant we can say concentration and the welfare to our employee, then our employee are working very good. Okay. Then after, human relations movement from 1930 to 1950 is contribute to shaping this organizational behavior studies. Then works of scholars like the Alton Mayo, Chester Brand, Henry Fayol, Mary Parker, Folland, Frederick Hertzberg, Urban Maslow, David McLean, and Victor Vroom is contributing this growth of the organizational behavior as a discipline. First of all, they cannot have any given any value to the employees and laborers. But after that, after 1930 and 1950, they have to realize that employees are the part, and we can say employees are the soul of the organization. Without employees, without labor, any organization cannot, we can say doing any work. So they have to given the worth and contribute to the employers. Then work of the scholars, they have to given the growth of these disciplines. And the Herzberg Simmons is the administrative behavior is introduced the number of important concepts to the study of organizational behavior. Most notably, there are the decision making. So Simmons is among the Chester Brand is argument that the people make the decision differently in the organization. So the outside of them, Simmons has to awarded the Nobel Prize in economics for this work of the organizational decision. In 1960 to 1970, the field became a very qualitative and the productive to ideas, the informal organizations and resources there are depends. So the contingency theory, institutional theories, and the organizational ecology are also in charge. From the starting in the 1980s, there are the cultural explanation of organization and organizational changes become areas of studies. So inform the anthropology, thereafter the psychology, sociology, and the qualitative research become a more acceptable in the OB, means organizational behavior. After this type of, we can say various type of theories, this organizational behavior is considering. Okay. Then after, there are the definition of organizational behavior. Organizational behavior is a study of human behavior. Organizational settings, the interface between the human behavior and the organizational and the groups of organizational itself. Organization means what? And organizational behavior means what? Organization means a group of person are working for the same goal. But in the group we can say that they are the humans. Okay, so how they have to organize, how they have to setting their work, how they interface with the human, and how they have to doing their, we can say, behavior. So this type of behavior are considered as a organizational behavior. Organizational behavior is a systematic study and the application of knowledge of how individuals and groups act within the organization where and they work. Then the third definition, that organizational behavior is an academic study of way people act as an individual or within the group and attending the common organizational objectives more effectively. Then Fred Luthans, in his book of the organizational behavior, has defined as under that organizational behavior is the directly connected with the understanding, predictions, and the control of human behavior in the organizations. So there are the mainly four definition. From this four definition you have to remember any one, and if you have to we can say remember the name of the author, then and then you have to write the name of author. If you cannot remember the name of author, then you cannot write the name of author, right? Because definition is given by the specific any author, so you have to write in this proper manner. You cannot write in your own words. Then after, what are the need for the organizational behavior? Okay, why we have required this type of organizational behavior? So here there are the topics are considering. So it's build a better relationship by achieving the persons and the organizationals and the social objectives. So we have to require this type of organizational behavior, because there are the number of peoples are working at that time. There are the relation between the peoples, there are most we can say applicable, right? Then second one is covers a wide array of a human resources like the behavior and training, development, change management, leadership, team. Okay, so if we have the skill, we have find out the skillful labor, then we have to find this how we have to get them training, how we have to give them a development, and how we have to lead this type of group. Okay, then after, it brings a coordination, which is the assessment of the management. If you have the good organizational management or organizational behavior, then in your organization you have to manage the difficult situations, because whenever there are the number of persons are working at that time, the mindset of persons are different, perceptions of different person have a different type of perceptions, attitude. So sometimes conflicts are created, right? So how you have to find this type of we can say conflict, and you have to solve this type of conflict. Okay, then it improves the goodwill of the organization. If your organization is very good, then your goodwill means your image of organization will also improve. Take the example of Reliance, Tata, then Lakshmi Mittal's firm, right? So Infosys. So there are the various type of organization build their goodwill, or we can say that image, on the basis of this organizational behavior. Then it helps to achieve the objective quickly, because if a coordination is done between the employees and employers, then your objective you can easily achieve. It makes the optimum utilization of resources. You can easily utilize your resources. There are the mainly four type of resources: land, material, labor, and your entrepreneur. So you have to utilize it. Then it's facilitate for the motivation. If you have the idea regarding the employment, we can say employees attitude, employees perceptions, employees skill, so you can easily give them motivation. Regarding motivation, you have to learn a various type of theories from the unit number 2, right? It leads to the higher efficiency. Your efficiency could be higher, because if you have doing this type of organizational behavior, it improves the relations in the organizations. Then it's multidisciplinary in the sense that applied the different techniques, methods, and theories to evaluate your performance. So it's a very need, or we can say there are the various need of the organizational behavior. Then after, importance of organizational behavior. So first one is for the skill development. Take the example, when the number of person are working, that time we can say all employees cannot have a specific type of skills. So you should develop the various type of skills in your employees. So you have to develop for this skill development, you have to doing this organizational behavior, so you can easily find out that who are skillful employees and who are not skillful employees, so you can give the training to them, right? Then motivational effort. If any person are doing a very good work, so you should give them a motivation. મોટિવેશન એને ગુજરાતીમાં કહેવાય છે પ્રોત્સાહન આપવું, બરાબર છે? તો તમે એને પ્રોત્સાહન પણ આપી શકો છો. ઇફ યુ હેવ ટુ ગીવ ધેમ good motivation, then they have to doing a very good work with the enthusiasm, right? Then goal congruence. Goal congruence means what? Organization is main goal is achieving or we can say gaining the profit. કોઈ પણ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન છે એનો મેઇન ગોલ શું છે કે પ્રોફિટ મેળવવું. This is gaining the profit, and the employee's goal is different. Employee's goal is individual goal regarding the achieving the higher salaries and doing the promotion. Okay, so these both objectives are different, but goal congruence means you have to we can say corresponding between this and cooperating these both goals and try to achieve these both goals, right? So it's called as a goal congruence. Then efficient use of the resources. If you have to doing this type of organizational behavior, then you can easily find out your employees skills, and you can also find out the knowledge of your employees, so you can easily doing this type of efficient use of resources. Then effective use of scarce resources. Scarce resources means what? Scarce એટલે જેને કહેવાય છે અછત. Means there are the less resources you have to find out, right? So have you do, or we can say have you applied the new methods and new application for using these scarce resources very effectively? Positive attitude. You have to find out the positive attitude if you have doing this type of organizational behavior at your organization. Then desirable behavior. If you have to doing given the motivation to your employees, if you given the training to your employees, then you have to find the desirable behavior of the employees. Image building. Of course, if you doing the welfareness activities for your employees, some organization have to provide the fellowship to their employees for achieving the new degrees and new, we can say that academic career. They have to provide the fellowship to their employees. So sometimes they have to doing this type of image building of their organizations. Then after nature of organizational behavior. So first one, organizational behavior needed at the 3 levels. First level is a micro level. Micro level means individual level, at the employer level, at the labor level. Then second one is a meso level, is considered as a group or team. Whenever you are working in the group or team, at that time you should know about your group members, you should know about your team members' skills, abilities, right? Then after macro level is a higher level, so it's considered as an organizational level. So there are the 3 levels are considering, and according to that basis you have the requirement of the organizational behavior. Second one is the organizational behavior is the study of human resources in the organization as the individual and the group, and the way they have to use this non-human resources in the best interest of the organization. So you should learn about it, right? Then third one, as a human behavior, it's a result of the several factors. So the study is the involvement of the interdisciplinary approach. Means non-human things are considering as a machine, plant, factories, and human things you have to consider your employees, laborers. Okay, so you should use this factor both very effectively. Then after, fourth one, organizational behavior is applied science because it studies the application of several principles found in the various disciplines. So it's concludes and the founds from the applied research. So it's considered as a science, because science means what? Science means you have to apply the laws which have to accepted, we can say universally accepted. So in organizational behavior there are the various types of theory that the accepted by the we can say all world. So you have to consider this type of research. So we can say that OB is a one type of applied science. Then fifth one, organizational behavior is the normative science. Means what? The study is based on the desirable norms of the human behavior. Thus is a highlight the goods and bad parts of human behavior, and only good desire, there are the aspects of the human behavior are considered. So that thus we can say this is a pure positive science, right? Then after, sixth one, organizational behavior is deals with the living and emotions human resources. So it is a humanistic and the follow the optimistic approaches. So it's considered as the living and emotional human resources, because in organizational behavior is considered for the employees and laborers. So there are the human being, and human being have a feelings and emotions, right? Then seventh and the last one, organizational behavior is the studies the total systems in the holistic way. So the adjustment of the human resources is made with the various resources like the material, machines, then the physical facilities, plant services, personal services within the organization. So it's a considered as a total system, because it's considered the whole aspects of the organizations, plant services, personal services, okay, machine services and material services. So in this video lecture session you have to learn about the introduction of OB, then what are the we can say the definitions of OB, nature of OB, importance of OB and needs of OB. If you have find any query regarding these topics this discussed in this video lecture, you can contact me personally and ask me by WhatsApp, by any communication way or method, right? And after watching this video lecture session you should learn from your kit book or textbook. Okay, thank you so much.